You got challenges that you're going to run across.
Guest is a person that I've been knowing for years, man. He's a superstar in my mind. Met him his sophomore year in college, junior year in college, I think. And we're going to talk about his career tonight, his college career. We're going to talk about his NFL career. We're going to talk about his coaching career. I call him the real Slim Shady. He's the official Sam Shady. He got one of those names that, like a Detective Sam Shady. He got one of those names that everybody would love to have, So we're going to talk about his career at the Bengals and the Redskins and, the coaching that he did in high school. Now he's in college with the HBCU. We're going to talk about that. So without further ado, I want to bring up Mr. Sam Shade from our green room. Are you there, sir?
I'm here, Tony. I appreciate you having me on, man. Mental Toughness Mindset Podcast. I like the title.
That's it. As a matter of fact, we're going to get your address at the end afterwards, and I'm going to send you one of my hoodies so you can, wear it. Mental Toughness.
I'll rock it in one of my team meetings.
I know that's right. So, man, let's jump right into this. I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. Like I said, we're going to talk about your college career. Let's talk a little bit about high school. Let's talk about Birmingham, man, because, I'm from Birmingham. You from Birmingham, and you went to this high school that kind of like nobody really knew about, like Winona. You know what I'm saying? I don't think a lot of us knew about Winona back in the day. I think Sam Shade made Winona pop. No, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to tell you something. Way before you heard about the High brothers, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely. Johnny High.
Johnny High, Willie High, Freddie High, and Mr. High. I used to be at the games, and their dad would show up at the Fair Park Arena. He would turn it out. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh yeah.
So those guys, a couple of those guys played in the NBA. I know Johnny played,
right,
and I think Freddie might have played. Oh, Willie. I think it was Willie. And so, how did you wind up going to Winona instead of Jones Valley?
Well, I did go to Jones Valley on the west side of Birmingham. Jones Valley was probably about a little over a mile down the street from Winona. So after my 10th grade year, Jones Valley closed down.
Oh.
And basically, I ended up being zoned to Winona. And so that's how I ended up going to Winona. But, it was kind of funny. You look back on it, there were 3 high schools on one street. And like I said, Winona and Jones Valley were a little over a mile from each other. And people ask, why was that? Obviously that was because of, when the schools, at one point schools were segregated. So
right.
Jones Valley actually had been in, all white school, and Winona's always been had always been an all black school. So.
And then you go further down,
things changed.
You go further down was my high school, which was West End.
West End, you're right down the street.
Yeah, it's amazing. They closed both of those schools, and Winona got a new school.
Yes, and back then, people didn't like it, but I think consolidation's been good for the schools. Because now you're not spending so much money to keep the lights on in 3 different buildings, and you can put everybody in one building. And,
right.
I think it's good for academic competition and athletic competition.
Right. You're right, 100%. Let's talk about Alabama, though. So you went – now, I read I remember you telling me this back in the day, but I read something the other day where you were talking about how Pat Sullivan recruited you hard from Auburn. And so at one point, were you seriously thinking about going to Auburn?
I actually, believe it or not, well, first off, I can't talk about, you can't bring up Pat Sullivan without me talking about him.
Okay.
Heisman Trophy winner at Auburn as a quarterback. I think it was 1971. But, man, you're talking about an awesome guy. He actually recruited me. And actually, because of him, I actually committed to Auburn about a week before I visited Alabama. So I actually committed to Auburn. And Pat Sullivan had a whole lot to do with that. If anybody that's ever known him, Just a special guy, classy guy, man, and happened to be a hell of a football player and a hell of a coach.
So how did you commit without going to Alabama, and how did you go to Auburn? I mean, so Alabama was not recruiting you?
No, Alabama was recruiting me. I actually had a visit set up the next week. Kind of had a situation with one of the coaches at Alabama. We kind of had a misunderstanding about something, and it was a small situation about them coming to do a home visit at my house, and we just weren't able to work that out. So, in all that going on, I just said, well, hey, I just won't visit Alabama. I visited Auburn and I committed. But my mother, who told her, my mother, man, she actually was a big Alabama fan. She still is a big Alabama fan.
Right. She
got me to take the visit to Alabama after I committed to Auburn. And when I went down to Alabama, I knew that socially, I just felt more comfortable at Alabama during that time. 1991, I just felt a little bit more comfortable socially there at the University of Alabama than I did at Auburn, and that's kind of my story on it.
You got challenges that you're going to run across.
Hey, do me a favor, like, subscribe, hit the little bell, do the all thing.